So the Cayo Perico Heist has once again received a nerf in GTA 5 Online with the release of the Court Center Heist DLC, and at this point I lost count on how many times Rockstar has nerfed this heist as well as patched certain things. On top of that, there is also a super annoying bug that happens to everyone when doing the Cayo Perico Heist right now, so hopefully Rockstar watches this video and at least changes this one bug. But as far as the values of the secondary and primary targets, I'm pretty sure those will stay decreased. But that is the first topic we will be going over in this video, the price decreases on the primary plus secondary targets during this heist. Let's first go over the decreased values of the primary targets. As you could see, the pink diamond used to sell for $1.3 million alone. Now it is only worth $910,000, which is an over $300,000 decrease. On top of that, the chance of you even getting the pink diamond is insanely low. Guess what it is? It is only 2% chance of you finding the pink diamond when starting this heist. Which is honestly pretty crazy. They could have made it at least 5%, but no, they made it 2%, extremely low. Anyway, getting into the next target, the bearer bonds, that one used to be worth $770,000. Now it is only worth $616,000. Which that is an over $100,000 decrease on the bearer bonds, and the chance of you getting that as the primary target is 8%. It's a slight increase of chance getting this compared to the pink diamond, but still it is a very low chance, especially compared to the last primary targets I will be going over. Because as you can see, the pearl necklace target used to be worth $700,000 and now it is only worth $560,000, which is also a over $100,000 decrease. But for this one, at least the chance of you finding this as the primary target is a 10% chance. Here is where things get a little bit annoying though, because pretty much every time you launch this heist, you are guaranteed to get the worst primary target since it has the highest chance of you finding it. And that is going to be the tequila you'll most likely get every time when launching the Cayo Perico Heist, which this primary target also saw the highest decrease in value, which is pretty funny. It used to be worth $630,000, but now it is worth a whopping $400,000, and get this, the chance of you getting the tequila is a 80% chance. So whenever you start the Cayo Perico Heist, you are pretty much guaranteed to get the worst primary target every time since those have the highest percentage chances of you finding them, and even if you do get the pink diamond, that one is now worth under $1 million with the new nerf. So those are all of the new changes they made to the primary targets during this heist, and looking at the chart honestly makes it more annoying since you'll see the primary target that saw the highest decrease in value was also the least valued one, the tequila. Because you'll see for the primary targets, the pink diamond saw a 30% decrease, for the bearer bonds and pearl necklace, those saw a 20% decrease, but for some reason the least valued primary target, the tequila, saw a 37% decrease in value, which is pretty crazy because this already being the least valued primary target, it also got the most amount of money taken away from the original value. Anyway though, it was not only the primary targets that saw a decrease in value, it is also for all of the secondary target loot as well. Luckily though, these ones saw a better change in my opinion compared to the primary target, since all of these got an equally 10% decrease in value. The old max amount of money you could make from getting the gold as your secondary target loot was $333,000, now it is only worth $300,000. The coke used to get you $202,000, now it only gets you $182,000. Then the cash used to get you $83,000, now it only gets you $74,000. For the weed, it used to get you $135,000, now it only gets you $121,000. And then for the paintings, it used to get you $180,000, now it only gets you $162,000. So all of these saw a negative 10% change. And just something I noticed when doing the gather intel mission for the Cayo Perico Heist is that I literally never get the best ones, which is the coke or gold. Most of the time I am just finding the weed and also cash. Because take a look, I scoped out the main dock and also the north dock, and I literally only found one pile of coke. The rest of it was just weed and cash, which is the worst secondary target loot to get. I've only ran up this heist a few times since this new change though, so I'm really not guaranteeing this, but if you guys can let me know down below in the comment section your experience with the secondary target loot. Are you guys finding the coke as often as you used to, or is it more rare? Because the most amount of coke piles I've seen out of the few times I've ran it have literally only been one pile, which is insane because before I used to get either 3 or 4 piles at the very most. Seems like now that's impossible though, but anyway, once you pick up a whole pile of coke during the actual heist with this new change, take a look, it is worth a total of $187,000. which before this used to be worth over $100,000 more, so you could really feel the impact of this decrease whenever you start this heist and collect your secondary target loot. Even if I only collected this one pile, usually when you collect one pile, it is worth around $250,000, since once you collect both piles, it is worth well over 500k, but that was the old values. Now it looks like if you fill up your bag with just Coke 100% full, it will be worth under $400,000 instead. During all of my heists though, as I was explaining earlier, I only got one pile of Coke, so that is why I only got half of my bag filled, but luckily I had a painting inside of El Rubio's office, which I am collecting now. But as I said, that price of the painting also got decreased by 10%, which is only worth $162,000 now, so once I collected a full pile of Coke and also a painting, it brought my entire take to $348,000, which is still under the price tag of $400,000. Usually this would be way more. In order to get that over $400,000, you will need to get a pile of Coke and also a painting, or just two of either one of those, and also collect the safe inside of El Rubio's office just as I did, and even then you still will just barely pass that over $400,000 threshold. Which before this would be easily over $500,000 or $600,000 just alone in the secondary targets as well as the secret safe in El Rubio's office, but with this new nerf it is way lower, as you could see. It does get way worse though, because as I said, all of the primary targets have been decreased in their value as well, which in this case I got the bearer bonds, which used to be and also still is the second best primary target to get. It used to be worth $770,000 though, and now it is only worth just barely over $600,000. So once I collected this, it brought my take to just over $1 million, and you'll see once I actually completed the entire heist, for some reason I got paid under $1 million even with the second best primary target and also the best secondary target loot. But take a look here, once I completed the entire heist, for some reason I still got paid under $1 million even though my take said over $1 million worth once I stole all of my primary and secondary targets. But take a look, I even complete the elite challenge and still the total cash earned from this heist with the bearer bonds as my primary target was only $950,000, which put me under $1 million earned after completing the Cayo Perico heist as a solo player with also the second best primary target. We are now done going over the primary and secondary target changes. Let's now get into the really annoying bug happening on the Cayo Perico heist, which this one I hope Rockstar fixes very soon. It has to do with the signal box. Whenever you go up to it to actually see what is inside the main compound of El Rubio, you'll see your character completely glitches inside of this electrical box. But it gets worse. Once you complete the entire hack, sometimes you'll just fall completely through the entire tower if it's on that tower and then just die. But if it's on the bottom level like mine was, you'll literally just be glitched inside of this building which you are normally not supposed to be inside of. I guess Rockstar basically gave us a new glitch in GTA 5 Online on the Cayo Perico Island, which I've never seen any wall breach on the Cayo Perico Island up until this really annoying glitch. Hopefully they fix this though, because it is a huge problem, especially if your signal box was on the tower, because if it was, you'll literally fall from the top straight down to the bottom, and if you don't parachute in time, you are done. Just try it for yourself though, because it's definitely very funny to do, and it's also probably going to be getting patched very soon, at least I hope so. Anyway, that is now going to be the end of today's video. I just wanted to quickly let you guys know about all of the nerfs and also the bug that's happening on the Cayo Perico heist. If you went on to enjoy this video, please do me a favor in return by going down below and dropping a like on it before you click off. And of course, if you aren't, make sure you also hit that subscribe button. And with all of that being said, until next time, I will see you all in my very next video. Peace.